Welcome to today's lecture on game licensing. This lecture is designed for the Game Simulation and Animation Foundations course at Lake Minneola High School. Our essential question for today is, how are intellectual properties from video games legally protected to prevent other developers from using the same elements from the original game? First and foremost, what is intellectual property? Intellectual property is defined by the Merriam Webster dictionary as property that derives from the work of the mind or intellect. This may include manuscripts, designs, songs, and many more items as well. Intellectual property, also known as IP, is protected by copyrights, patents, trademarks, etc. So what is a copyright? A copyright is a legal protection that permits the author or creator to distribute the work while maintaining the rights to the original creation, preventing other individuals from copying and claiming the work as their own. For example, if you pick up a book that you buy in the store, that book is protected, as you can check on the second or maybe third page, usually right after the title. There's a copyright that protects the work of the author, meaning Joe can't take the book and claim it as his own if James wrote it. So copyrights are very useful. We can also use them in the game industry to protect game content. So what is a patent? A patent is a legal protection granted to the inventor of a tangible object that has not previously been created. For example, in a game situation, if we create a character and then we create products for said character. For example, let's say Halo. We'll take Master Chief as an example. If we created the character of Master Chief, and then we created a tangible product, such as a helmet from Master Chief, what we're looking at is if we created the helmet of Master Chief, we then have a patent on the helmet to protect the rights of that product, that tangible item. What is a trademark? A trademark is the legal protection used to identify the ownership of a word, phrase, or registered symbol and is used to distinguish the owner from other individuals or corporations. For example, the most recognizable symbol in the world is the Nike check mark. And when you see it, you automatically think Nike. Well, the trademark that Nike has on that registered symbol means no other company in the world can use the Nike check mark. So briefly, copyrights, patents, and trademarks, what we're looking at is copyrights will protect the intellectual property, patents will protect the tangible property, and trademarks identify the ownership of different properties. So video games and intellectual property, video games and IP. Video games are intellectual properties that are generally created by a corporate body. Games are protected by copyrights and trademarks to prevent other developers from releasing the same product. The trademark also allows the developer to easily market a unique product. What they're doing is they're basically throwing their label onto it saying, our company created this game, this product. Patents are generally reserved for console hardware and user interface developers. However, again, with our same situation, taking Master Chief before, if we, the game creators, create a tangible product, we can also apply a patent to it. However, most games do not create a tangible product. Looking at game licensing, console developers such as Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony, the big three right now, utilize unique source code to configure system hardware and run applications. A licensing agreement is issued to third-party developers such as Ubisoft or Valve and other game companies to release the source code for game development. Typically, development companies pay a fee upfront in addition to royalties on each game sold. However, it really depends on what type of licensing agreement the game company gets from the console developer. Proprietary games. Console developers will sometimes create console-exclusive games and characters to enhance the unique selling point of the console. Games created by the console manufacturers are known as the proprietary games. So for example, the Mario franchise was created, developed, and marketed with Nintendo. Nintendo is also the console developer, therefore any Mario game is a proprietary game. So why are there so many similar games? Well, if intellectual properties of games are protected, then why are there so many? The answer is developers are able to reverse engineer games to utilize good elements of the games or game in combination with original content to produce a new but similar game. This is known as a copycat game. You see this very often with first-person shooters. Many of the first-person shooters are very, very similar. However, you may see elements of one game and another game combined with original content to make a new game that was released. Copyright infringement. Developers must create new original content in copycat games to avoid copyright infringement. Copyright infringement is defined as the illegal use of intellectual property. Purpose of copyright is to protect the creator of a work from others. If a work was not protected by copyrights, development companies could lose potential profits. Therefore, if you infringe upon someone else's copyright, what you're doing is A, breaking the law, and B, you're cutting into the other person's profits, which is why we have the copyright in the first place. Copy protection and piracy. This seems to be a difficult situation in the modern age of gaming. Game disks are typically embedded with a security restraint that prohibits illegal copying of the disk. Copy-resistant codes help to eliminate most copying attempts by users, especially users that have the equipment to do so. And design companies may also require an activation code to use the application. This is something that we're really starting to see more in Generation 8 consoles. But you also see it in some computer games, and there are a few other cases as well. Piracy of a video game is the illegal distribution of the game, and piracy infringes upon copyrights. Thus, it is illegal. You're cutting into the developer's profits. So at this point, rate your understanding of the material. If you feel you have the material, excellent. If you feel you need to review the material again, please do so. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please contact your instructor.